welcome to the stream, people. This is going to be my thoughts and opinions on Childish Gambino, his career, his latest video escapades regarding the video that is This Is America, and about how that video is actually a contradiction unto itself, unto what the mainstream media plays it out to be about how it kind of counters its own narrative. Start with Childish Gambino. The name was by Donald Glover's own admission. A randomized name done by Wu-Tang Clan generator, and basically that's where he got it from. Now the Wu-Tang Clan, they are in themselves not the cleanest role models to walk the face of the planet. Their lyrics, their songs like Shame on a N-word actually promotes black on black violence, and to have a name from such a generator is in itself telling of the character of this supposed highly regarded role model, as it were. Gambino is actually a play on Don Carlo Gambino's organized crime family. So there again you have the crime element, and it's this again telling of what took place in that video. This Is America. If you've watched the video, and I will spoil it for you here, basically it features a lot of black on black violence, drug use, what I consider idol worship, the people dancing around Childish Gambino as he pretends to hold a gun and whatnot, and it kind of goes along with the whole trend culture, following bad trends and kind of instigating all that's bad with the world today, and the various black neighborhoods and stuff, and in the world in general. I'd say it'd be bad for any race to follow such a lead, such a role model, just based on that. I think when the video starts, he's basically shooting a black man in the back of the head. He's just playing it out, and people play it out as this white America. He's playing out white America, but then at the end of the video, he's running from white people, and which is a contradiction to that very thing, and it could alter the whole interpretation of the video itself, because it is depicting a lot of actual black on black violence. I mean, if he had done something like a white face and impersonation, and actually been with some kind of makeup on or something, at the beginning of the video, then it would have been solidified that that's what he was doing. But it could be interpreted either way. My point being is that as a role model, Childish Gambino is not a good one. His past, his things, even his name, his namesake, gotten from the Wu-Tang Clan generator, name generator. As I said, a bunch of musicians who have promoted black on black violence and drug use, various provocative and very bad things that just promote the worst in people. Um, I think that in itself proves that he is not the best role model to be looking up to. And the narrative, the whole narrative that's being driven is like he's sort of some sort of brilliant, lyrical savior. He just basically repeats "This is America," and he does this little dub rap music and stuff in the video, and it's actually one of the worst. I mean, the lyrics alone and the music, it could have been, done better. Like if he was trying to prove a point, like it could have been more. It's cringy. It's like kind of kind of in itself, continues to perpetuate the whole bad trendy nature of it all, like the following of trends and stuff, and the worshiping of idols and stuff, and bad ideas and all that whole 9 yards of stuff. But yeah, it is the very epitome of the very embodiment of of the trend culture. Like all these people following these idols, just because it's popular, it's a trending thing, regardless of whether or not it is good for society, good for moral values, good for people in general, for the healthy, the health of the community or whatever. It just goes all against that. Like it is divisive. It is like if it is taken as people say, a race baiting narrative where whites are being called out for violence and whatnot. But as again, I said, it could be interpreted either way because the way he played it out. But yeah, it is not good for either race. It is not a good example for children to follow. It is not good for children to see. Like the whole problem with it for me is how artists like the Wu-Tang Clan and the stuff that this guy obviously idolizes because he got his name from friggin' Wu-Tang Clan Generator. It's a lot of what's the problem with the black community in general, even some of the whites, the gang members, the whole organized crime problem that is plaguing communities and causing the issues at hand. Like it could be taken so wrong. Like that whole video, it could be like taken as a promotion of violence, like a promotion of violence against whites, or promotion of violence, or against anybody, any race, and it's very bad by example. So it's not something to follow, not something to idolize, not something to lift up. If anything, it should serve as an example of what not to think, what not to focus on, what not to share. Because it's when that stuff becomes like trending, this culture that we live in, this and I'm talking about all races, everybody wants to follow the popular trend regardless of how it impacts society, regardless of how it impacts the livelihoods of others. And it's a dangerous precedent to be set, and it's nothing to be joked about or idolized or, as I said, lifted up. I mean, if you really wanted the best for your community, like your race, like, would you be lifting up someone who is into music that's that perpetuates the worst in a culture, in a culture? Like, I mean, he literally lit up a marijuana cigarette in the video. He actually, and that in itself is like, that could be influential to teens, like black teens. I mean, that, like, they could see that and say, look, he's smoking weed. That's cool. I wanna do that. And but I guess that's my point. Basic, it's just bad. A bad role model. It's a bad video to be lifted up. This is America, and it's not doing anybody any favors being as popular as it is. Perhaps if it were like getting the negative attention it deserves, it might be good. But that's not the case. I could break apart that video and show you, like, at the beginning, like I said, there's a part where he's a black man, he's shooting another black man. That in itself, like, that's sending the wrong example. And then he goes to shoot a choir of black people, mostly black people. And then he's smoking weed. Literally smoking weed in the video. And then at the end, I mean, midways into it, he's like got these girls in school outfits, black girls and black guys, and just dancing around him like he's some kind of savior or something. I'm doing bad in this thing. I beat it, yes. But anyways, that is my short, to the point thing. I think if you take anything from this video is that be careful who you idolize. Be careful what you idolize, what you lift up, because if you look at it, like, a lot of the world's problems, a lot of the violence, a lot of the things that are happening in communities, no matter what the race, are influenced by things like this. They are like I wouldn't say nurtured, but sort of instigated. They are sort of products of, byproducts of this kind of thinking, this kind of toxic ideology. It's just like so this kind of thing sort of just corrupts everything. It ruins things for people. It ruins the whole entire communities. It just takes its toll. I mean, if I was a parent, man, I wouldn't, want my kids watching that or watching stuff like that. I wouldn't want them learning, thinking that's okay, thinking that's the cool thing, thinking I should inspire to be, someone who promotes, these ideas, these hateful ideas, these ideas of violence and fear. Even fear is bad. Um, you know, it's just, and on top of all that, the video, as many people have said, is divisive. It is. It's fueling the divide between races. And like I've always said, I think people should be considered people. People should be called by their names. They shouldn't be labeled white, black, whatever. They shouldn't be a color. They shouldn't be, you know, friggin' gender or anything. The moment you start labeling, the moment you start dividing people by superficial things, they become less than people. They become less than, you know, important, because it's, you know, their race and everything's prioritized above who they are, what they do, and you know, and it's just
you have reclaimed the royal scepter.
It's just not the way to do it. You know, it's you got to either be in it for everyone, or continue to, you know, fuel the fires that is division among class, division among gender, division among race, whatever. Because it's gonna actually it's just gonna keep dividing. It's not gonna bring people together. You can't have people together, you know, if you're trying to divide them based on, you know, the few, and not trying to, you know, unite them on common ground. So that's my thoughts on it. You know, you can, you know, take it as you want to take it, but I think above, you know, all else, I think This Is America is a bad trend. I think the video is what this world doesn't need. I think it's just bad that's even trending as much as it is. Over 100 million views and people praising it, people lifting up Childish Gambino. I mean, his lyrics didn't even make all that much sense. It was more of a theatrical thing that could be interpreted either way. I mean, it could be interpreted as him being black on black violence. I mean, it's just, or it could be him, you know, as people say, you know, white America, you know, doing the usual, you know, narrative situations, you know, whites, you know, against blacks or whatever. But it could be interpreted either way, because his lyrics did not solidify his point. And but his on-screen action sure did, in regards to how it perpetuated the bad ideas that I've repeated over and over here in this video, like the you know, it's just the black on black violence, the drug dealing, the violence in general, the whole tone of the video is bad, and the idol worship even. Like, I can almost guarantee you that Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, he's rolling in money right now because these people are lifting him up, and honestly, I don't think he cares as much about the point he's making as he is getting people in on the trend train and getting that money for that video. He is living the life right now, and it's all because people want to make a point. People want to, you know, spin their side of the argument. And I think at the end of the day, the bottom line is that this type of division is not what we need. This type of divisive, you know, setback is not what we need. And it's just not going to get us anywhere, you know, worthwhile. It's not going to calm the civil war that's, you know, inevitable. It's not going to calm the you know, problems. It's not going to help communities overcome these types of things. is not going to stop
You must deliver
gun
the royal
violence. It's
scepter
not
to
going
the
to
Prime
stop
Minister at the castle.
drug use. It's not going to stop any of that stuff. It's going to get, all it does is get these people on social media to just rally for a cause and not really rally at all. Like, not really change anything. It's just pointless. And I think it's bad all the way around. I think it's not going to get anybody anywhere. And I think people need to stop giving into this.
Once again, you are led to the throne
Don't
room
follow
under
trends.
guard.
Don't
This
idolize
time, a man
bad
stands
things.
there
Don't
with a presumptuous grin.
do drugs. As the bottom bottom of the thing says. Don't let your children grow up, consuming all this stuff.
The man tells you to hand over
Growing
the
up,
scepter.
seeing all this, and
You tell him that you don't know what
not
he's talking
knowing the truths behind it, or the reasons it's being focused on in media or whatever. Have talks with kids. Teach them right from wrong.
about. The man's mouth transforms
any
into
race.
a twisted grin.
And
signals his
there
guards.
in itself,
They
a lot of
inch
the problems would
closer,
be solved
swords at
if
the
only
ready.
people spent time, teaching right from wrong. This world would be a better place. It would be a better place in general. And I like my fair share of hardcore
What will
music.
you
I like
do?
screaming lyrics. I like my heavy metal and stuff, and darker stuff, and things like that. But I realize at the end of the day, it's just a form of entertainment. And here we have like a
You fall into a
situation
fighting
where
state.
this kind of
As soon as you
entertainment
steel yourself for battle,
is
the Prime
being
Minister
used
and
to
Princess burst in.
steer the population to believe this or that. And that is brainwashing. That is manipulation. And I think it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And you got to choose
Prime Minister
carefully
orders the
what you
guards near
choose
you
to
stand
believe
down.
or what you
The man
don't
twirls
believe.
his cape and leaves,
And
as if nothing happened.
definitely don't go in blindly. Don't buy things at face value until you have the concrete
sigh,
evidence,
relieved that you didn't
that
have to
is the
shed
way
blood
it
in the
is,
castle
or
to resolve the problem.
whatever the situation may be. That is the fact of the matter. And
The
definitely,
Prime Minister tells you that the scepter
definitely
indicates the throne's
don't treat
heir.
treat
The Prime
videos
Minister
like this
takes
in
the
America as
scepter and
gospel.
narrows his eyes
Don't
in satisfaction. He pays you for completing the
don't take it to
request.
heart. Don't worship idols, especially idols with bad ideas. Bad underlying messages, things that perpetuate or stir the fires of war, the flames of war, or whatever, divisiveness. Don't give into that stuff. Don't buy into it. Don't share it. Don't spread it. Don't let it get trending like this. Just be careful.
The fairy you saved in the
What you
ruins appears
choose to
before
believe,
you.
what you choose to
He
share.
seems to want to take
It
you
can
somewhere.
change the world for the worse or the better, depending on what exactly it is you choose to believe or share. And I think I'm going to close on that note. I've rambled on a lot in this video, and it's somewhat incoherent, but it's somewhat repeated. But I think I made some good points. I think this world needs a wake-up call. I think it's about time they got their stuff in order. I think people need to wake up and smell the roses, man. They need to freaking see what's going on. They need to stop being led. They need to stop leading. Like, if you want to make change, good change, don't be the voice parroting somebody else's ideas. Figure out things on your own. Do your own thing. Be yourself. And do right by others above all else. Uh, Promote the good in this world. Do good things, and the world will change. You know, but it'll be better for it. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think, and I'll be uploading this to YouTube. It just bothers me that so much that things like this trend in media and news. So it's dark times. It's truly dark times. It's this world isn't getting any better with things like this. It's not going to improve. This race was supposedly going on, that is just being blown out of proportion, is being made into a full blown race war through things like this. It is stoking the flames. It is perpetuating bad ideas, divisiveness, and whatnot. Don't give in to it. For the sake of your generation, for the sake of generations down the line, do not play into the narratives, the toxic narratives. Do not follow the lead. Do not be manipulated by others to think a certain way. Discover this world for yourself. You know, be you, and don't be led. Lead your life. And I think I'll close on that note. And yep, this will be going to YouTube in full. And hope somebody gets something out of it. I shall talk at you later. Take care, everybody.